Shout out to Coco 2005 for sending me this story. Now, this is just the image I'm using because it deals with opioids in the city of Minneapolis, but it doesn't really have anything to do with what's on the screen. This is just a screenshot. But it looks like Minneapolis is trying to become a new hub for heroin, or a new hub for opioids, or a new hub for overdose. Because according to this article coming from ABC News that was released on June 6, 2019, it says that the city of Minneapolis seen at least 65 overdoses, one of those being fatal in just 9 days. That means that there were more overdoses than there were days that went past. That is insane. So you're probably looking at about a little over a little over 10 per day. It says in 9 days. That is literally a week and 2 days. That's not even a full 2 weeks. Let me go ahead and read this article and see what else we find out. Minneapolis sounded the alarm on the city's addiction crisis. Now look at that, a new term, addiction crisis. They don't call it opioid crisis. They said addiction crisis. On Thursday, revealing that officers had recently responded to as many as 15 overdoses in a single day, an apparent product of the country's ongoing opioid plague. Officials with the Minneapolis Police Department said officers responded to 65 overdose cases in the previous 9 days leading up to Wednesday, with the majority of the cases occurring in and around the city's East Phillips neighborhood. The department said 15 of the cases, including a suspected fatal heroin overdose, came on Sunday. More than half of those calls came from within a 9-hour time frame, as cities across the nation faces epidemic levels of heroin, synthetic opioid, and prescription pill addictions. As a result, MPD said it's boosting coordination efforts and deploying extra resources to known problem areas. Its homicide unit recently added an overdose coordinator positioned to review the fast-growing number of incoming cases. Now that's something black people didn't have when crack was around, but I'll keep going. The MPD has increased patrols in the high overdose areas and is continuing our ongoing partnership with the City of Minneapolis Health Department and the State of Minnesota Health Department in raising awareness to drug overdoses. Minneapolis is one of the many cities battling to keep up with the country's struggle with a terrifying number of deadly accidental overdoses. Trust me, a lot of these aren't accidental. The odds of dying accidentally from an opioid overdose rose to 1 in 96 earlier this year, meaning Americans are more likely to die of an overdose than a car crash. Now, I mention this because I was in the comment section of one of my videos where I was talking about this with one of my subscribers, and I was telling them how more people, white people, have died from an opioid overdose than I think in the last World War, homicides in a particular year, and car crashes. And here it says it right here in this article about car crashes and how more people have died from these opioid overdoses than those behind the wheel of a car. The odds of dying in a motor vehicle crash are 1 in 103. Like many cities, Minneapolis said its officers are equipped with Narcan, the emergency overdose reversal drug. The department said officers had administered the life-saving drug when applicable. MPD is in a constant communication with surrounding agencies regarding overdose trends and patterns in an effort to provide timely information to the public. In light of a large increase in overdoses in a short period of time, the department took a moment to remind residents in Steve Law, the state Good Samaritan law. The law protects people from being charged or prosecuted if they act in good faith while seeking medical treatment for another person experienced a drug-related overdose. I wonder when that law got implemented and why wasn't it used for black people when they were going through it? See, it's stuff like this with the coddling and everything like that that makes me also say I feel nothing. I mean, I know the coddling is going to come when it comes to them. But it just makes me wonder if this happened to us, like, would this be like the 80s and 90s all over again? It probably would be. But that's probably why a lot of black people don't mess with it, because for the most part, black people are only going to mess with some weed, which is probably why they criminalize it so heavily, because they know that they can get us faster. And they don't criminalize the heroin and the opioids and all the other stuff when it comes to them, because it'll get them slower. So they'll just give them rehab, they'll give them safe injection sites and all that other nonsense that they would never ever in a million years give us. But it is what it is, and of course, I feel absolutely nothing about this of what I just read. At this point, it's just entertainment for me. And I'm sure it's entertainment for you. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.